Hello folks, welcome to this video, and here I'm going to be giving a preview for the Mexican Grand Prix. We've only got a couple of rounds left in this season's Formula 1 World Championship, and this one is going to be taking place at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez in Mexico City. So in this video, I'm going to be giving a couple of predictions ahead of the race weekend, which starts tomorrow, and also, before I get into that at all, talking about the Japanese Grand Prix, and talking about the so-called Breakgate. This, for those of you who are unaware, is the allegations against Renault, which were that they were using a form of braking assist, essentially changing the brake biases without much kind of driver intervention. It's a driving assist. It was a protest lodged by Racing Point. Whilst their complaint was kind of dismissed, they were found to have broken the rules, Renault, so it meant that Hulkenberg and Ricciardo have now been disqualified. It means they fall behind Lando Norris in regards to the Drivers' Championship each, and it means they're now equal with Daniel Kvyat. But it also means massive ramifications for their Constructors' Championship challenge, as they are now 43 points behind McLaren, which seems almost unassailable, what with 4 races left to go, but it also backs them closer towards Toro Rosso and Racing Point, who are 6 and 10 points respectively behind them. It's a bit funny because the time last season when Haas got disqualified from the Italian Grand Prix because of their flaw, Renault had complained. But I digress. This weekend will be an interesting one, and I think the team that we need to watch out for most is Red Bull. Now, they have done very well at Mexico in the past. Verstappen has won the last couple of races there, but we thought that it might have been largely down to the Renault power unit. What Austria has shown us, for example, this season, also events like you could argue Hungary, is that the Red Bull is still really good at altitude. It might be the way that the Honda power unit works, so keep an eye out on the Honda power unit cars. Potentially could see something happening again a lot like in places like, well, Japan, where they were able to get some decent pace even if they were falling down the order. But yeah, in regards to the actual kind of predictions, I would say that Verstappen's got a very good chance to win. I'd also say Ferrari's a bit of an unknown going into this weekend, but I think Mercedes are going to have some issues. And the reason for this is because of the fact that, again, in the high altitude races, or the higher altitude races, Austria is the one that comes directly to mind, they struggled with cooling. Now, we knew previously in this era of aerodynamics, Mercedes like to have a little hole cut out in their cars, essentially to help with the cooling. They can't really have that this season, so they're having to have a properly closed engine compartment. Could that work against them? Well, only time can tell, really. And yeah, that's all I really have time for, apart from a quick prediction. Do I think Lewis Hamilton's going to win the World Championship? Well, it's highly likely that he could, but I think Bottas is going to be so close to him this weekend that he doesn't. That said, I don't think either of them are going to win the race, and I'd be a bit surprised if they were second and third. But those are my thoughts going into the Mexican Grand Prix. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye for now.